These air fried onion rings came out so crispy, one would have thought that they were deep fried in oil. And nope, I did not add a sound effect. So I started off this air fryer series with pizza. If you have not seen it, feel free to view it in my playlist. I also made some potatoes. I have not shared this video, as well as some wings. This onion ring recipe is straight from the Gourmet air fryer recipe book. It calls for 1 cup of flour, 2 tablespoons of barbecue seasoning. Personally, I think it needed more seasoning, but we're following the recipe, so to a bowl I add a large egg and then I add it to my buttermilk. So for this recipe, they said either buttermilk or whole milk. I made buttermilk. You'd also need panko breadcrumbs. I purchased this in Massy for $46.50, I believe. Onions, of course, and I just cut it in rings. So I also used a medium-sized onion as well, not just this big one. So for this recipe, you dip it in your seasoned flour, well, halfway seasoned flour, if you ask me, and then the buttermilk, and then your panko breadcrumbs. Now, normally, if I'm doing onion rings from scratch, normally I do like a flour batter, and then I dip it in breadcrumbs and I fry it. But we're sticking to this recipe, and this recipe calls for this method. See, it's coated perfectly. So I'm using this olive oil spray, and it is propellant free. So I make sure to coat my onion rings, not too much because then we'll be defeating the purpose. Then I added that straight to the air fryer basket. Didn't use a liner for this one. Then I set it to air fry. This recipe said between 200 to 400 degrees for 10 minutes. 8 to 10 minutes. Thanks for joining me on another episode of Taste Test Tuesday. Feel free to like, share, comment, or follow for more. Till next time.